Oh, it's okay. Shabbat shalom. I got a little message for you this morning. Um, I remember before I was what they call saved, born again. Even though you're not really saved, because it says those who endure faithfully to the end shall be saved. So it's really a test of endurance. Are you going to make it to the end? Because it talks about too the one in the end that decides to go back to being evil, then he perishes. So you have to press in faith and remain. And that's what faith is about, of being faithful. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to veer too far, but I was going to say that I remember when I was lost, you know, back in my days of being depressed and, only interested in self destruction, only interested in myself, what I can do for myself. Partying or just about like cars and wheels and drugs and females, of course, but it wasn't about deep relationships. It was about just like, oh, let's go freaking smoke or whatever, let's go connect or hook up temporarily for a real quick something something. That to me is a real flat. It lacks depth. It doesn't really go anywhere. So what I'm saying is I've witnessed a miracle in my own life and in others' lives that I know where they weren't really their real self. And that's the message I'm getting at here is the Messiah. When you're born again into eternal, mindset, eternal life. You're that life in you. You become your real self, who you're destined to be forever. So it actually is as if you're the walking dead before. You're not really alive yet. You when you're born again, then you become the real you, and it comes jam packed with insight to who you really are, who you really are supposed to be, your purpose, um, you know, uh, your your meaning, and then not just that, but who you're gonna be forever, and then who your father is, and who who and what life was made for, you know. And so then you're gonna see things and appreciate things on a whole new level, whole deeper level. Whereas before, you know, it's kind of like that whole pro-choice mentality or the liberal mentality. It's actually not awesome, to be selfish to the point where so what they die or so what so what that person it's all about every man for himself, the strong will survive, whatever. It's like, how about all powerful lifts up that which is destined for or destruction, and creates in it a strength to surpass, you know it's 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 in a failing point, and then you're infused with life which is intended to prevail. So being born again is born again of that which is intended to prevail forever. And so, of course, back when I was young, I was like, what is the answer? Only answer is to die like James Dean. To be dead, the white boy at the wood grain, dead on Dayton's, blood come down. That was beautiful to me. It says the person that hates truth loves death, and I wasn't, seeking truth. You know, my faith was more so in going out like a G, meaning dying young. The good die young or whatever. But now it's more like His will, not mine, be done, and that's where it's at. And He, Father knows best, and He's in charge of what I'm to possess, and that's an eternal inheritance. And I don't think it can be calculated in this uh, you know, mind mind state. We're in still a kind of a mortal mind state, in a finite mindset. Our brain can't quite fathom eternity yet, but that's where I'm going, and that's where I know I'm going. So that's what I'm excited to operate in and possess. So God bless you. This Shabbat Shalom. Um, Hold it down. Go forward in God, and that is what it is. And let's ride.